Welcome back. If you have old wool sweaters hanging around in your closet, we're going to show you a creative way to get some use out of them. Jennifer Ackerman Haywood from the Grand Rapids Press and CraftSanity.com is here to show us ways to recycle wool. Sometimes they can get holes worn in them or eaten in them by moths.
And then
don't throw them out.
Don't throw them out. In fact, that means you have a license to cut.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I can't bring myself to cut a sweater, like ruin one of my own sweaters on purpose for this. So
yes.
I go to Goodwill, or if a friend ruins a sweater, I like to collect it. Yeah. So what I did is I made some hats. And just to show you kind of what we're working toward here, this is cashmere. I'm going to be running outside this weekend, so I'm like, I need a nice comfy hat, so I made that. So what you do basically is you get a sweater and you want to throw it, if it's 100% wool, it works the best. Okay. And you do exactly what they tell you not to do on the tag. You throw it in hot water in your washing machine, throw it in the dryer, and then as you can see, this is like the stitching. It's hard to see the individual knitted stitches. It just becomes felted and it shrinks down. And then what you do, you measure the circumference of your head or your child's head, whoever you're making the hat for, and I usually subtract about 2 inches because you want it to stretch out. Fit, otherwise, it'll be not very tight. And then what I did is I marked here. I've been making these about 8.5 for an adult size. I'll go 8.5 inches up from the ribbing. Yes. And the bottom ribbing is great because that'll be the edge of your sweater. Finished edge. It's a finished edge, so you don't have to worry about it. And see now, if you didn't wash the sweater and you cut it like this, it would start to unravel. Yes. So the felting process actually makes those fibers stick together. It's important that you do it. Yes. And then here, if I was going to make 2 child-size hats, I just cut right up the center here. Yes. We'll move ahead. Okay. Okay, this sweater here, you can see how it's been cut. It's prepared for 2 hats, so we'll bring those over here. Okay. Okay. Now, what you can do at this point, this is the bottom of your hat. You can add a little applique if you want. A little hat. And this one, you can see this one's stitched on here. And you can do that first. That's a little hat, a little heart on there. And then what you do is you have this inside out here. And this one, I started this one for you, so you could follow along with me. Oh, good, okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is just a piece of wool yarn. Yeah. And you're just going to do a big basting stitch about every ½ inch. Like a dotted line of stitches. Like a dotted line of stitches. And this is how easy this is. You could do this with small children, this part. I do sew up just for the people that we kind of skipped one part. You use the edge of, one edge of the hat is already stitched because it's the edge of your sweater. Yes. I just do a straight stitch along the other edge. About a ½ inch seam allowance there. Yep. And then you just stitch right across here, and then we're going to gather it at the top. This is something I can do. Yes, and it's really super simple, and that's the nice thing about it. You don't have to have a bunch of sewing skills. Yeah, and I think it's also a great way just to show kids about recycling too. So you can save the damaged sweater from the landfill. Nothing is truly trash. And that's an unfortunate thing. Yeah, unfortunately my house is filling up. I'm going to have to recruit you guys to put some pressure on me to do a clean sweep. Make my husband's day. Okay, so when you get all your stitches done, pull both of those ends. Ta-da! Yep, and then you have your gathered hat. Yep. And then you want to tie a knot. A couple knots here. Okay. Pull it as tight as you can. And then what I'll do is do some stitching, like just go across. Zigzag it in and out just to show you how that looks. You just kind of go across a few times, make another knot, turn it right side out, and then you have this edge. It just looks like a gathered top. Yeah, it's cute as can be. Yeah, and it's really super simple. And then I added ear flaps to this one. Because you're going to run it. Because you can save all these pieces and use them as appliques and all these other things, and like nothing is lost. Guys, I did it myself too. That's an endorsement right there. Yeah, you can add little pom-poms if you want to. You were inspired by somebody. Yeah, Sarah Eddy is an artist I'm writing about this weekend, and she makes these darling little woolies for children to wear over cloth. They're intended to wear over cloth diapers, but you don't have to be committed to cloth diapering to use them. And they're just warm pants for children. Keeps them insulated also in the summertime too, so it's not just for winter. Very cute. Okay, she's going to be in your Sunday article. Yep, in the Grand Rapids Press. Yep, home garden section. All right, you can find more information on our website, WZZM13.com. Click on Take 5 links. We have live jazz music still ahead, but first, Monday on Take 5, we'll kick off our camping week with a look at some of the smaller size RVs out on the market, plus learn about some of the must-see speakers at Calvin College's January series, and our mom at the movies gives us her take on the new Amy Adams film.